Recently, Khabib Nurmagomedov took a jab at Conor McGregor on Instagram where he posted a gif of their brawl following UFC 229. As you guys know, Khabib Nurmagomedov dominated Conor McGregor at UFC 229 in 2018, and a brawl broke out after the fight where there was just chaos everywhere. Khabib recently posted this to his Instagram stories. It shows Zubaira Tukhugov and his other teammates striking Conor McGregor. In the caption translated by MMA Release context, he wrote, "For the fans." A 5-round featherweight bout between Kattar vs Dan Ige has been targeted for Fight Island on 15th of July. Kattar is coming off a TKO win over Jeremy Stephens, and Dan Ige is coming off a split decision win over Edson Barboza. Just a couple of days ago, Anthony Pettis called out Anderson Silva for a middleweight fight. He posted this on his Instagram saying, "It would be an honor, at Spider Anderson Silva, hashtag for the fans, hashtag 185, hashtag let's go." Anderson Silva responded back saying, "This is great my friend, let's do it." Here's how Dana White reacted to the potential fight.
I'm not crazy. I'm going to tell you why I'm not crazy. You know, you got a guy that fought at 145 pounds at one time, and, you know, a guy who's in the conversation for GOAT at 185 pounds and walks around at 210, 215. And it's not a big fight that really means something. I like making fights that mean something. So I'm not crazy about that fight. I honestly don't know what to do with his last two fights. You know, when Anderson's really ready to fight, we'll sit down and we'll look at it and figure out what we think makes sense for him next. You know, there's a lot of things in the decision-making process with an Anderson Silva. You know, his age, what he gets paid, you know, all that stuff's important.
Serra on the UFC Unfiltered Podcast gives his breakdown of the fight between Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns.
When I think about the fight with Gilbert Burns versus Kamaru Usman, what's interesting about that is I want to say Gilbert Burns is dangerous off his back.
Yeah.
So I could see him going for I could see some nice jiu-jitsu in this fight. He's so well-rounded, but I believe a lot's going to determine how he is off his back, because I believe he will be taken down, you know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know Tyron Woodley's also got a great wrestling background, but he's always used it to stay up. I mean, there's times he went for takedowns in his fights, but he's not known as that guy just to keep taking guys down, and he's usually knocking guys out with his right hand, you know? And Kamaru, he always utilizes his wrestling, and his wrestling is so top-notch that if he's able to put Woodley on his dash, you got to believe he's going to be able to put Gilbert Burns.
Anybody he wants, and Masvidal if he fought him, yeah.
But Gilbert Burns, unlike a lot of guys, he's going to be very dangerous off his back. You know, you could be very you can get taken down, but if you're very threatening off your back, I can't settle in, can't calm down,
right?
Can't be calm down there and get a little rest. You scramble back to your feet a few times. It's a very interesting fight, man. It's hard to count Gilbert out after what he just did with Damian Maia. You know what I mean? Besides Woodley also, obviously. But when I'm thinking about the Damian Maia fight, when Damian Maia is really, when he's on you, he's hard to escape from.
Ali Abdelaziz in a recent Instagram live with Marvin Vittori speaks on why he doesn't want to sign Sean O'Malley, and Marvin Vittori says that he would love to fight Yoel Romero next.
You will sign O'Malley? Absolutely no. I have no interest in signing Sean O'Malley because he said every manager goes to him. I never talked about him or cared about him. He's a good fighter, but not interested. But he's a good fighter. I'm not mad at him, but I just don't like when people say people try to sign you and it's not true. And I just whatever is what it is. He should be proud of himself. He's doing a good job. Marvin's really the world champion. He really beat Adesanya. He's the undisputed middleweight champion right now. Next fight from Marvin. Let's see what happens. Somebody in the top 15. Vittori versus Romero. I just asked about him fighting Romero today. Romero have a fight.
I want to fight Romero. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I love it. I will love it. Let's go. But we'll see. Maybe Romero will finish you in one round. They say, brother, nobody ever finished me, and nobody ever will. And from now on, nobody will come close to win with me. So please don't talk shit if you don't know.
Don't lean back. You know, don't lean backwards. Yeah, to the side. No, with the body kick. That's it. Nice.
Kenny Florian on the Anik and Florian Podcast gives his thoughts on Cynthia Calvillo's win over Jessica Eye.
Well, it was interesting. You know, I was a little nervous for her in that fight because Eye just looked so much bigger than her. Just looked to be the more powerful woman out there, but it just didn't matter. You know, for Eye, she just really struggled with her footwork, really wasn't able to get in the proper positioning, you know, to hit the target. Calvillo was moving much better, landing strikes from the outside, and anytime she committed to a takedown, she was essentially hitting it. And from there, she was largely dominant against Eye, who has continued to really struggle on the ground in the UFC. So I thought it was a great win for Calvillo. I think she showed some improvement on her feet. She seemed to be the more composed competitor out there. And, you know, Eye showed some toughness, but skill-wise just wasn't on par with Calvillo. So I like her in that weight class. I think she might be a little bit small as she moves up, and certainly as she faces people like Shevchenko, but a solid performance, no doubt about it. I thought it was pretty dominant.
Greg Hardy in an Instagram live video speaks on rematching Alexander Volkov. He also speaks on the state of the heavyweight division.
Real shit. We were on some Rocky revenge, bro. We went to Russia. We did our thing. They couldn't kill me. You know they weren't gonna kill me. We definitely going back. Of course, a second helping fucking Volkov. I hope he win this one, bro. Yeah. Then what is it? Volkov and what's the other homie I said? Oh yeah, Blades. I think Blades gonna keep winning too, bro. Man. I think it's going. We the new age of heavyweights. Yeah. Once Cormier, Stipe, fire respect to that is done. They gotta retire, and then Blades, Volkov, me. So the Nightmare and Galo gonna take over, bro. We gonna be fighting each other like Junior and Kane did back in the day for about 10 years.
And Kamaru Usman on an Instagram live with Luke Belair explains why he has so much passion for fighting.
You have to realize what we do is this is pure. This is innate. This is one of those, if you really think about it, these are one of those things that humans naturally do. Like basketball, humans don't naturally play basketball. Of course, you might pick it up and try to figure out what it is. Oh, how do I play this? You know, you're taught those. But love, like reproducing kids, like these are things we naturally do. And fighting is one of those things we naturally do. You get aggressive towards another man, you have a disagreement, you just don't know how. You just get angry enough with testosterone, you start fighting. That's one thing we naturally do. So it's something that resonates with anybody, any place, any time, any culture, all across the world. And so it's one of those things that it doesn't matter where you're from, what you speak, what you understand, everybody speaks the language of fighting.
What? What'd you say? You getting smart there?